Welcome one all, Joseph Allen Music here from, Joseph Allen from Joseph Allen Music here. I get my English, flipped around a little bit there. And we are here today for week number 6. That is so exciting, on the 6 weeks of a free series on how to play and learn guitar, specifically focusing on more fingerstyle. And I hope you have absolutely, as I'm checking all my levels here, I'm a one-man camera crew. That's how it works right here. And I hope you have absolutely just enjoyed it. I hope it's been a blast, and I've actually got a great announcement, because this is not the last week. I have decided to do a 2-week bonus. That's right, 2-week bonus for all you guys watching these. So that means that 6-week lessons, you're going to get 8 weeks, 2 months of free lessons. So instead of this being like, $150, you're getting like basically $200 worth of lessons from me if you paid cash for free, and as well as my guitar book that you can download in the comments below. If you already hadn't done that, go download that, because it's not going to be free forever, but check that out right there. 49 lessons, completely free. You can get your copy, an ebook, a free ebook copy in the comments below by clicking on the link there. It's got tons of great stuff. We're going to be learning one of the things in here today, but one of the lessons specifically, that's a great resource, guys. Go out and grab that for free. Like I said, it's not going to be free forever, but for right now, I wanted to. I mean, who doesn't want something like this? I mean, you got even like artwork and everything else in there, designed by, yours truly. Check out that work right there. I'm proud of myself right there. The Lord has been blessed. The Lord has blessed me. I have been blessed by the Lord. My English isn't working today, but we're going to get through it. So go download that in the comments below. And as we get started today, I guess today my day started out with going and hiking and surveying some property, and getting some stuff down there, kind of scouting out and surveying some stuff. And it was in the middle of nowhere. In Texas, we do not have mountains in Texas, but I would very well say that today I was on one. I was on a mount. I'd call it a mount, not a mountain. There's a difference. Google it. Ask Uncle Google. Pede tio Google, que tem lá sobre mount e mountain in English. And I've just been going to talk with some of y'all with comments, comment about the videos or asking questions, and that has been just awesome to get to know each and every one of you differently, where you come from, who you are, what you liked about it, what you want to learn, and just even other stuff other than that. And thank you for reaching out. That's a cool thing. That is a blessing for me. Thank you. And I'm trying to think of anything else. I think we're all right. What I want to cover today is, we talked about some cool stuff, and today what I really want to do is we're going to start with kind of chord inversions, how to play chords but do it in an open way. Right, everybody likes to do that. So kind of like everybody knows the G chord. And if you don't, go watch the previous lessons right now. You can do a D. And you can watch those. Now, one thing that, and that's great, is people call them, cowboy chords. And I'm like, cowboy chords are like the foundation, man, for everything. Can degrade them by calling them cowboy chords. There are a lot of people that make a lot of money on 4 chords and a capo, but if you it's about knowing when to use them, yeah. But now if I play that and I change what I just played up before, if I change that, kind of play it more open. And we did this in one of the previous lessons. A little different pattern, but the same thing. If you know how to do that, you can go watch that in the previous lessons as well. But, and that's awesome, because that's so much different. That's way different. That's crazy. by just changing the position of the chord. And we're going to learn a little bit more of that today. Do you want to know how to open up your neck and play completely up the neck with chords and do different inversions as the clock is right there where I need it to be on cue? And if you want to know how to do that, that's what we're going to kind of cover today. So I'm really excited about doing this now. With no more me talking, let's kind of dive in. First, we are going to cover, remember, it starts with more of a beginner player, and it's going to grow and get harder and harder until you're more intermediate or even kind of more advanced player. So if it's a little slow, stick tight, it gets harder, and these are good foundations that will be building off each other. So now, levels, if you will, tiers. First, we're going to cover for some beginner, more people maybe starting out. Let's say that. Maybe not even say beginner, but people more starting out. Maybe that's a better word for it. What we're going to be doing is we're actually going to be covering an exercise in my guitar book. So if you don't have it, go download that right now and put the video on pause, or if you're watching this live for the first time, go and grab it and come on back, because y'all know me, I talk probably a little too much. So yes, I read the comments. All right, now let's see. It's important stuff. And let's see here. Especially when I don't know who you are on the other side of the screen. I got to make sure I'm very, very detailed. So we're going to open up to page... Where is it? If I can find it. I guess I need to go to the index. Page 31. There it is. Page 31 in my guitar book that you can download for free. We're going to be learning Amazing Grace. I don't think we've gotten to really play a lot of melodies, and I know this is we're a lot more further along than this, but I kind of wanted to focus a little bit on the reading aspect of guitar and tabs, if you will. This isn't sheet music today. Tabs are actually, I know a lot of people make fun of tabs, but tabs are even older than sheet music itself, if you didn't know that. So when someone gives you a hard time, guitar players out there, tell them tabs came first. All right, and what we're going to look at is Amazing Grace, because it's something, if you're not a big tab reader, this is a great song to learn, because literally you're going to play all the strings open except for a few. There's an exception, right? And I look at my place. Ow, that's my head. So we're gonna look at that, and this is what's great about it. All the strings are gonna be open. You're just gonna strike the open string, and then I'll kind of dive in how to read this a little bit. This is what you need to know in your brain, so you can focus less on reading and more on playing, just getting the idea and the concept of it. So, all the strings are going to be open when we're playing the melody. The only thing you're going to have to worry about is on the G string, the third string, right? At times you'll play a second fret there. I would use your second finger to play that. And then at times on the D string on the second fret, you'll play on the second fret there. And then outside of that, you're only going to play a few times on the B string. Over here, you're going to play the third fret on the B string on the second string up here. Now that's great. Think about this. D string, second fret. Oh. G string, second fret. And the B string, third fret. Which is great. If it helps you at all, it's like playing an A suspended chord. I mean, that's going to be your pattern. And I would play that 3 on the third fret and the B string. I would play it with your third finger. It's just going to help kind of getting the melodies and stuff like that, jumping around, make it a little easier for you. Outside those 3 notes, it's going to be all open string. That's all you got to know. 2, 2, 3. Okay? On the D string, on the G string, and on the B string, third fret. Awesome. Now, with that in mind, let's kind of look at what, if you've never read before, and now I'm assuming you have got your tabs open. And if you open up your page, your book to page 29 on 4.3 on guitar tabs, when it kind of explains a little bit right there, you'll see the headstock of the guitar, and it will show you how the strings are laid out on the diagram. And basically, each one of those lines on the tab is a string. The string on the bottom is going to be your low E string. The next string from the bottom is the A. And you see on the diagram, because it has the headstock of the guitar, then the D, the G, the B, and the E. My clocks aren't in sequence, I'm sorry. So when you follow those from the bottom up, a lot of times it does look like they're flipped. You would think it's the opposite. A lot of people think that way. I did. I've got a lot of students that think that way. Maybe it's the way I teach. I don't know. I typically find people complain about that if they're left-handed. Maybe because we're the only ones in our right minds. I don't know, but that's the case. Right? But we made that funny. And then there we go. We're going to have, so that's kind of how it reads. And so all you have to do after that is pay attention to, if it's a number, referring to, in our case, 0, right? That means just to literally play the string open. When you see a 0 on a specific line of the string, you're playing that open, starting from the bottom of that paper and going up, right? So, and then when it refers to a number, that's going to be that specific string. That line is that specific string, and it tells you what fret. So, for example, we see a 2. It's the only one. It's one circled in the orange, green, and blue. It's 3. Hey, Holy Trinity, right? Everything comes in 3s. I'm kidding. I'm not kidding, but that's not why I put 3 arrows, but that's what I'm kidding about. But blasphemy. Okay, but what we're gonna do is when you see on that 2 on that piece of paper right there on the tab, and you see on that it's the 1, 2, 3, 4 from the bottom. So it's going to be our third string, G, but it has a 2 on it, which means referring to the second fret on the G string. So like the number will tell you which string it's on, and then like the number itself, 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4, or going up, will tell you what fret it's in. Does that make sense? The number refers to the fret on the neck. So if I saw a 1 on that chart, on that G string where that 2 is, it would mean G string on the first fret. There's a 2 there, which we have, which is a 2 on the second fret. And if there was a 3 on that G string, it would be on the third fret. If there was a 4, it would be on the fourth fret. With that in mind, let's keep going. Now it might seem a little slow, but for someone who doesn't read, that probably feels like I'm going very, very fast. So hang in there, and we're going to walk through it. So no big D. Reading ain't easy. It's like your first time reading. Geez, congratulations. It's not easy to read the guitar. There's a reason why a lot of guitarists don't do it. It's hard. But it's what I always tell people. If you're a guitarist, that like when people come to me and ask, what can I do to be a better, I can't speak English today. What can I do to be a better guitarist? And my number one answer is always play in rhythm. Don't get out of rhythm. That is like the number one flaw in every single guitar player. Not every single, but the vast majority. They can't hold the rhythm down. Guitar is a rhythm instrument. If you can't play and stay in rhythm, stay in time, you're missing the purpose of your instrument. If you play in time, if your rhythm is spot on, you will play better than 60% of every guitar player out there. Even the ones that can do like crazy stuff, They can do these crazy imaginable things. That wasn't in the right key, but you get my point. You can do these crazy imaginable things, but if you just stay in time, you will be sought out. You will be grabbed. It's like, my goodness, he plays in time. He actually does his job. It's the number one flaw with guitar players. So if you play in time, you play 60% better than everybody else behind you. If you can read right off the bat, I would say you fall into the top 90% of guitar players. That might be a little bit of a stretch, but you have a skill that probably 90% of the guitar players don't have. That's probably the better way I should phrase it. You have a skill that 90% of guitar players don't have. That's probably a better way to say it. So keep that in mind, that this is hard. Most don't do it. That's why it's hard, okay? So I'm going to teach you that it's not as hard as you think it is, and it's actually a really cool thing. It can be really, really simple. So turn over to the Amazing Grace 4.4 and page 31 from my guitar book that you can download in the comments below if you're tuning in right now. Click on the link there and go get it and come back in here. So the first thing on the tabs, first of all, if you look at the numbers on the far left, we see tabs, we see 3/4 time, right? If you look at the top, you see like a quarter note equals 75. That's just the metronome that you're going to set, your tempo to, that you can follow and set your metronome and everything. So, and what we see is a 0 right there. The first thing we play is a 0. Well, if we count from the bottom up, we see the E string. We see the, sorry, I got a little delay on my camera. I thought I was a lot lower than I needed to be. Then we see the E string, we see the A string, but what we're looking for is the D string, the third one from the bottom. So we start on that, and then we go up to the next string, which is the G string, right? Then we have the next one up, which is the B string, on the G, down back to the G, back up to the B. Let's try that phrase again right there. So if we start off like 1, 2, D, G, 2, B, G, B, 2. Right? Not bad. Now, let's move over to the next part, which is you got to watch that 2. So it reads on the G string, 4th from the top, right? Has a 2, so on the 2nd fret. Right there. Then we see on the G string it's open. And then we see on the 3rd string from the bottom, we play the 2nd fret on the D string. And then we play it open. Now the good news is, if you play that measure, you already know like 80% of the song. If you can play that phrase, you play 80% of the song. Congratulations, look at that. You're already reading. Let's back it up and let's run through that whole phrase again from the very beginning. You now play 80% of Amazing Grace by reading tabs. Boom. It's not as hard as you think. And if you're overwhelmed, calm down. We're backing up and we're going to play it again, and it's going to get easier and easier and easier as you look at this. You might have to stop the video. You might have to, if you're not watching it live, you're going back and watching the video once it's done. But let's go through really slow here. Starting on the D string, on the 0. 1, 2. To the G. 2. We're going to go B, G, B, 2. 2nd fret on the G string. Open G. 2. 2nd fret on the D string, open D string, 2. Start over, D. It's repeating. That's all it's doing is repeating. B, G, B. On that 2nd fret, here you're going to go to the 3rd. You got to watch that. And that's why I really say, when you do, and you have the lyrics at the bottom of your tabs chart, you're going to see when it says like me. That's why I really encourage to do the 2nd finger on the 2nd fret and do your 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of that B string, because you don't have to take off. And so it's going to be more fluid. Be much more connected and smooth as opposed to, right? Now we're going to have that 0 right there on the B string. Going back to the 3. Leave that 3rd finger really close. 0, 3, 0, G. Let's look at that line a little bit. Like when we hit that 0 at the top, I guess it would be measure 8. Each one of these are numbered. You know, look at the bottom, it says 9. Each one's a measure where those blocks are split off on the tabs. See that line that goes straight down on the tab chart? Those are measures referring to, hey, this is measure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And where we just stopped is measure 9 on the bottom of the page, right there on the far left. We're going back to that 0. So we've just played the first, like me, and we're going to sing the part I once, going into measure 9 on I once. Or keep your finger close right here, because you don't want to pull it way off, because you're about to go up and down. So if you're pulling it way off and moving around, you're creating more work. So hit that open right there, like I once was lost. I. Keep it open. Stay close. Do the 3 right there. 0, 3, 0, G. You see how my hand is really close? My 3 is right there to go. It's kind of like you're just like, come on, okay, put me in, coach. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to do my part right here, right there. Okay, off row. Go. I'm ready to play it just right straight in there. I'm not trying to move around a lot. It creates more opportunity to miss the further I get away. So just be aware of that. We're on the word lost right now. Gonna do on the D string, gonna do 0. But now, it's my fault. Now, 2 on the second fret of the D, G, open D, open D, G, B, G, B. Sound familiar, right? Little alternate ending. Second finger on the G string, open G. Now let's play through the whole thing again. Okay? Congratulations, by the way. If you struggled really hard, or maybe you're trying to get this, or even if you just nailed it, congratulations, you are playing tabs on guitar. You are reading music. Congratulations. Few people do that. Okay. The very top, we're going to start slow. Follow along, okay? 1, 2, 3. D, G, 2, B, G, B, 2, G on the second fret, open G, second fret on the D, open D, 2, D, G, 2, B, G, B, 2. Second fret of the G, go to that 3, 2. Open B, make sure that 3 is close. Open 3, open G, D, second fret of the D, G, D, D, G, B, G, B, second fret of the G, open G. Now I want you to take a look at that. You can kind of go back and forth, kind of get it in your hands a little bit more. But that's the basics on how to read guitar tabs. I know we're going rather quickly. I apologize, but take a look at it, play with it. And the main thing is you're playing all open strings. And if you kind of forget, just remember to kind of play an A chord. Oh, an A chord. Like we've learned in our lessons. You don't know what that is, go back and watch the previous lessons. And you're literally just going to take your third finger and you're going to slide up to the 3rd fret. So that 3rd finger on the B string, which creates an A suspension. That's beautiful. Yeah. And those are the only 3 places you're going to place your fingers, like when you're going to actually play on the frets for this song. Everywhere else is going to be an open string. So if you push down the fret, it's going to be one of those 3 strings. On the D string, on the G string, and on the B string. Everything else is going to be open. If nothing else, remember that position, play the A chord, and put your third finger up to the 3rd fret, and make it a suspended. That's where you're going to have to go. And go off that. Take it slow. But congratulations. Most people don't get to do that. So good job. You should feel great. Now, what I want to talk about is kind of the exercise for the day. I'm kind of making a combo of exercise plus opening up your neck and trying to really give you some great chord inversions. We're going to re, mi, sol, re, mi. I don't really know what key I would put this in. Yeah, I didn't even label the key. That's a bad thing. Music theory, people are going to kill me out there. Okay. Follow along with me, and we're going to kind of look at some different things. And that's what's great about this is these are only two chord positions you're going to have to learn, and both are like almost exactly the same. So we're going to start by playing an E minor. And you know it's great by the way we play an E minor. Yeah. I think. Yeah, would I do that? Yes. And this is the pattern you're going to have to know. Okay? This is the fingerstyle pattern we're going to learn. And it's kind of like a... Yeah, this is just a variation of some fingerstyles. I would say this is kind of a variation of... It's kind of a variation of milonga fingerstyle, if I can say that. Maybe some might disagree with me on that, but it's a variation of one of the main fingerstyles. And what it's going to do is we're going to start like this. These are the only 3 strings you're going to have to play. Literally. The low E string on the 6th string, the D string would be the 4th string right there, and the G on the 3rd string. That's all you're gonna have to. That's all you're gonna have to do on this. Those are the only 3 strings you're going to have to play, which is great. The pattern is going to work like, so let's kind of work through the pattern. You're going to go E, D, G, and then you're going to repeat it. E, D, G. And then the last time you play just the E and the D. Let's walk through that again. E, D, G, repeat, E, D, G, and then end on E and D. The only thing you don't play is the G on that last time. You stay off that, just the E and the D. And remember, if you, remember I'm moving my hand up and down because of the camera, but keep your plane in the center of the sound hole for best sound right now. Sorry, I was going to tune a little bit. Need some new strings on. That's kind of the problem. They're too loose. That's my interpretation of a string. There you go. Okay. Yes, so that's the pattern. It's basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so it's 8 things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's the pattern. 8 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If you want to take a little bit to get that in your fingers, that's okay. You know, pause the video if you're watching later. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And if you want to play faster, someone can play faster. Play faster. Play the right notes. And if you're someone who plays slow, do that. Clear, good sound is going to make a great player. The speed will come if you get the clarity and the tone now. Don't be like me and get 10 years down the road and you're having to go back to basics 101 trying to play the guitar because you didn't learn it right. Do it now. Cannot emphasize that enough. Pull out a metronome and do something. Keep it solid. All right. That's an E minor chord. That is an E minor. E minor 7 to be exact, if you want to get in particular. That doesn't sound really great, Joe. It's like, well, no, you'd be right because we haven't put all the rest together. But now, what we're going to do, and this is the position you really want to learn. When we go up to the next part, that sounds a little bit better. Yeah. When you get to the next part, it's basically, this is the chord inversion you're going to have to learn for all the way. We're going to make a slight change, but this is the only chord inversion you're going to have to learn for playing basically anywhere in this key. Okay? So, sol, la. It's not an A. Re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do, re. Yeah, I would say this is a key of D, is what I would say this is in. Yes, that's exactly what this is. It's a key of D. Yes. I was thinking maybe B minor. I don't know why I thought that. It's not B minor. Key of D. And we are going to look at... So you're going to play your first finger on the second fret of the E string. Then you're going to play your... So first finger, and then your second finger on the second fret of the G string. Okay? It's great. That's what you're going to do. That is the chord inversion for playing in the entire key open, the way we're going to play it today. Isn't it awesome? You mean I can play one chord for the entire key to play all the way up the neck? Yes, you can. And this is awesome. We're about to look at this just a little bit. And you're going to play the same fingerstyle pattern. The E string, D, G, repeat it, D, G, and then those last two, don't play the last G string. Wonderful. Now, we're going to keep that chord position and you're going to slide up to the third fret. So we're just going up half a step. That's all we're doing. But there's a problem. Ooh. That don't sound right. This is the slight tweak you're going to do. When you begin to play a major chord in this key, at times we're going to have to adjust it to make it major. So all we have to do is take our third finger, our second finger that we have right here on the G string, and you're going to slide just that one up half a step. Keep everything else the same. So it's now on the 4th fret of the G string, and that makes a G chord. So it's like, wait, okay, so I can have it for some of those chord inversions, and then when I play certain chords, I take that second finger up half a step. You are exactly right. And that makes a G chord. So if we're going to put all three of these chords together, let's play them like this now that we know the inversions, okay? Open. Go ahead and get your fingers ready to just plop down right there. We're going to play the E minor 7. Open. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is kind of like a D over F sharp. It's actually a D6, add 9 over F sharp. If you want to get technical. Slide up half a step. Make sure you move that finger. When you go up half a step, move that second finger up one more. to make the G. Technically, this is a G6. Let's try that again, because this is the foundation. If you can do this, you can play already all the way up the neck. Some of you might actually be doing it right now. I'm doing it, and that's great. 1, 2, 3, 4. D over F sharp. G6, up half that step. Don't forget to slide that one over to the 4th fret. Now you're going to go up to the 5th fret, and you keep that same G inversion right there, okay? Your first finger's on the 5th fret, and keeping the same chord inversion. That second finger is going to be on the G string, so it's going to be on the 6th fret. And this is an A2 add 4. Then you're going to slide up to the 7th fret, and you're going to play your minor one, your minor chord. So they're all on the 7th fret, not half a step difference, all on 7. Then we're going to go up to the 9th, keep them all the same, all on the same fret, all on the 9th fret. Then we're going to slide up to the 10th fret, but you have to put the second finger up half a step further. So your first finger's on the 10th, and then your second finger is on the 11th. So right there, playing the same fingerstyle pattern. As I don't want to get off screen here. I'm trying to keep in frame for my neck. Forgive me on that one. Live video, there you go, that's a little bit better. Yeah. Then you're going to slide up to the 12th fret. It basically just starts over. All on the 12th fret, all your fingers, it's just playing another E minor, 7. Then we're going to slide up a whole step to the 14th fret, all the fingers. Now that's going to be your D over F sharp. Go up to the 15th fret, is that right? 15th fret. Yes. First finger on the 15th fret. Your other one on the 16th. Don't forget that. Oh, as I keep staying in camera, I'm getting so high off the neck. Sorry, I'm getting kind of out of the shots. I don't have a live cameraman here. Let me move this over really quick. Yeah, there we go. Okay, it's gonna help you guys out. Sorry about that. One cameraman crew. Then we're gonna go up to the 17th fret, but keeping your other finger, that second finger on the 16th, or excuse me, 18th, 17 and 18. Playing your A chord. And then sliding up to the 19th, and we're going to have our B minor. All on the 19th, all your fingers on the 19th. And then what's great, so let's start from the bottom, and let's go all the way back up. We're just basically playing, we play over an octave. We almost get to, but we kind of run out of room. My Strat, I got one more fret, and I can play that D, which is just, it just makes that much more of a difference. Thank you, Lincoln Brewster, for making that extra half a fret on your guitar. All right, you the man. All right, let's see here. Let's start the open. So we're starting down the E minor. Do what we always do. Ready? 1. I'm going to speed it up a little bit. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. live music. D over F sharp. Ah, sorry. The G there. Half a step to the fifth, or whole step, excuse me, to the A. Make sure your finger's up half a step. Then on the seventh for the B minor. Go all the way up, another whole step on the ninth for that C sharp minor 7 flat 9. Go all the way up half a step and get on that 10th and the 11th for that D2, add 6. E minor 7 on the 12th fret. It's 14. D over F sharp. Up to the 15th and the 16th for the G. Then go up to the 15th for the A. 15th and the 16th. And then go to the 19th. Sorry. I'm getting some text and phone calls. A lot of text and phone calls. Who said I didn't do live video right here? Now, what we're going to do is we're going to play it a little bit faster. And the challenge is, too, once you get to the top, walk it back down. So now, we're kind of running out of time. So for the more advanced intermediate players right here, we're going to pick up the speed pretty significantly. I'm kind of cutting out the middleman right here. Apologize. I'm running short on time. I got to get this in a time frame that I have to get it locked into. Okay. So we're going to do... Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. G, A, B minor, the D, E minor, now walk it down. Here we go. What was that? There we go. It's really pretty, isn't it? You just played all the way up the neck. Completely and fully. Is that not absolutely amazing? Live video. Say hi to the people. You're good. Don't worry about it. It's all right. That's what happens when you get live video. Wave to the camera. Okay. And so the last time through, we're going to finish this and we're going to be done. So as we're getting this, that's what's amazing. You just played entirely up the neck. Different chord inversions. You're playing some wacky stuff up here. E minor 7, D6, add 9 over F sharp, G6, A2, add 4, B minor, add 11, no fifth, C sharp minor 7, flat 9, no 5. You were just playing, and then don't forget, yeah, I said the D. And so then you're playing all that stuff. That's yeah, you're playing all that stuff. That's amazing. You just played all those crazy chords. You know, it's not as hard as you think. It's just kind of knowing how and giving people a little push to get in there. And if that's completely overwhelming, that's okay. It can be, and it should be. So let's kind of try that from the bottom up and go up again full speed, and then we're going to make our way back down and try not to mess up as I climb up the neck. So here you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. that's it. So, learn the Amazing Grace to read and play tabs, learning all these crazy chord inversions, and playing all the way up and down the neck in open chords, which is really the prime sound for guitar. If you want guitar to sound its absolute best, you're going to be playing in, I hope that was all in screen here. I'm sorry, it's kind of hard. I don't really have a camera angle to capture my entire neck while I'm playing. I apologize about that. It was kind of out a little bit. One-man team. Okay, and so when you have all that, that's what's crazy. And so I hope you learned a lot. I hope it helps. And don't forget that we're doing 2 weeks of bonus lessons. And so if you're taking lessons with me, that would be $200 plus my book, which is $10 for the ebook when it's not up for free grabs right now, or $20 for the hard copy. So it can be, like it's over $200 in value. So take advantage of it. I hope you learn a lot. And whatever you do, find the blessings God gives you in the day-to-day life, simple things. If you can't find something God's done for you today, then you're not paying attention. So you have hard days and you have better days, good days, but whatever it is, this is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. So I'll let you guys go with that. Keep your eyes fixed on the Lord. Hope you enjoy all those chord inversions and learning some of those. And remember, we have 2 more weeks of bonus lessons, so stick tight for those as we continue to dive more into the fingerstyle. You guys have been responding so well to these. I wanted to do 2 more weeks and give you guys great something a little bit more for you guys being so kind to me and being a part of this, writing, commenting, and everything else. And so I can help you guys out a little bit more. Awesome. Keep your eyes fixed on the Lord, and we will see you next Friday at 7. Thanks so much.